Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Khadijah, and I am proud to be one of the scholars supported by the VIP Fund. Today is a very special day for all of us. We are here to celebrate our graduates who were given the opportunity to continue their education in the United States through the support of the VIP Fund. For many of us, this journey changed our lives. It gave us opportunities we once thought were out of reach. It helped us grow, build confidence like me, dream bigger, and create new possibilities of ourselves and our families despite being impacted by conflict in our countries. In this webinar, you will hear from the scholars who turned opportunity into impact. After completing their studies, they are now shaping careers, strengthening their communities, and creating pathways for others. Their journeys reflect what becomes possible when potential is met with support, determination, and purpose. And none of this would have been possible without the vision and support of Rama Shaqaqi, who co-founded the VIP Fund to support impacted youth from our region through education. It's now my honor to welcome Rama to share a few words.
Hi, Khadijah, and hello, everyone. It is such a pleasure to be with you today in my personal capacity as the co-founder of the VIP Fund. I thank you all for joining us today. This is an emotional moment for me, as well as for our graduates and many of our volunteers and donors who've been with them along their journey. Um, Very grateful for you to take time out of your day to be with us to celebrate our graduates, many of whom have journeyed very long uh, and, um, and endured a lot of hardship to get to where they are at the universities that they've graduated from in the United States. So the VIP was set up 10 years ago by myself and my co-founder, Brian David, and our vision was to support youth impacted by conflict from the Middle East and other regions. And the goal was to focus on higher education to enable those who have the highest potential to lift themselves out of their difficult circumstances, support themselves, and support their communities. And so, as part of our journey, we help them raise funds for their higher education. Their stories are full of emotion, challenges, triumph, and incredible resilience. What some of them have endured and what myself, and the volunteers have seen them through has been nothing short of miracles of survival and incredible will to live and to strive, and then to give back to their communities, to their families, and to the people who touch their lives. So the impact really is on them. The impact is on their immediate family and their communities, and the impact more so is on the people who journeyed with them, who realized what it meant to really have an insatiable will to live and to give. So now to our scholars, I'm so excited for you. Very happy to be sharing this moment with you. I know how hard you've worked, 10 times, 100 times, sometimes harder than everyone else. I've often wondered how you're able to go through exams when you're going through some of life's most difficult challenges. Getting a little bit teary-eyed, but yeah, just watching you has made me stronger and has strengthened my will and the will of others who journey with you. To our donors, all of you, especially those who set up funds with us, like Resha and others who've trusted the VIP Fund and worked with us and worked so hard as volunteers and as donors to support our scholars. not only through their academic journey, but you've been their moms, you've been their older sisters and brothers, and at a time when they really needed it. And with that, I'll close and just say I'm incredibly proud of everybody who's been with us and extremely grateful. My gratitude to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rama. Thank you so much. You are a role model to us all, especially me, Sarahatan. You built something that changed our lives, and we are so grateful to have you as a leader, a teacher, a friend, a mentor, and more. Okay, guys, so I'm excited for everyone listening in to hear directly from the scholars themselves. They are some of my closest friends and dearest colleagues. This conversation is going to be done in a fun and dynamic way. Each of us will ask the other question, so you will not hear from one scholar. For example, I will ask Ahmed will ask Lena will ask Judy, and so on. So if you are ready, I would love to get started. I'm happy to introduce our first graduate today, Ahmed Liaqubi, who's graduating from Guilford College in North Carolina. Hi, Ahmed.
Hi,
Uh,
Khadijah.
so you are graduated from in business administration, so Ahmed.
Yes, right.
Okay, so Ahmed, the question I will ask you about are related to your growth and the opportunities that shaped your journey before receiving this chance to study at Guildford. What challenges or limitations were influencing your future, and how this opportunity change that for you?
First, I would say Alhamdulillah for everything. And actually, before receiving this opportunity back in 2022, I was living in Gaza. And after graduating as a computer engineer with a good amount of debt for the university, I wasn't unable to get my certificate. I was unable to apply for master scholarships or even apply for a job application. And the turning point and getting to know VIB Fund was the one of the most beautiful things that has ever happened to me. I still remember the first webinar I joined, and I was very stressed, but Rama was very welcoming and supportive. And I started my campaign. I launched my campaign, and Khala Rasha helped me with that a lot. Thank you, Khala. And from that moment, I felt like I belong to a true family, not like an ordinary organization. And I feel this the most during the recent war, especially in the difficult times when I was getting Rama's messages in WhatsApp. Uh, I was sorry. I was saying, really, is there someone really care about me and asking about me and feel my feeling me? And after that, I got evacuated to Egypt, and I got a scholarship opportunity with Guilford College, and which is a good place and a great place actually to heal. And here, I would say thank you for Guilford College, and thanks for Kyle, Jane, Michael, and thanks for every single one in VIP Fund family, Rama, Rasha, Jumana, Muna, Layla, and everyone in our network.
Thank you, Ahmed. Ahmed, I want to ask you another question. Now you're graduated, looking at who you are today, what part of your growth or journey make you feel most proud?
Um, Actually, I would say I appreciate every single moment in my journey, and I am proud of it. And the journey which started as a volunteer, I would say as a learner in 2022, I started to learn by doing as a principal in VIP Fund, learn by doing in a small tasks. And then I started to grow uh, alongside with them. And now I'm proudly leading and managing the operations and the tech team inside the organization. I get a lot of opportunities. I participated in a lot of internships, AI companies, startups, VC, and these are very big things to me. I didn't imagine that before. And this opportunity opened all these doors for me, alhamdulillah. And I would say all coming from these hard situations to a world full of opportunities, uh, sharpened my experience and created that things inside me that made me feel the others more and appreciate the moments, appreciate everything I have. Coming from a place, it's very hard to get drinking water, and then um, coming in an open world make you like appreciate everything, appreciate every opportunity, appreciate every kind person you met. And I'm planning to pay it forward and helping others, helping our students open the doors for the others as the opened for me.
That's a beautiful answer, Ahmed. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you, Khadija. I'm going to take the microphone from you and invite our fellow scholar Lina Aita, who is graduating from Johns Hopkins University with a master in public health. Lina, welcome to your graduation ceremony.
Thanks, Ahmed.
So Lina, I have two questions for you. First question is, I would to ask, how did studying in the abroad change the way you see yourself, your potential, and what you believe you can achieve?
Studying in the US has definitely dramatically changed the way I see myself, especially the way I see my potential. In less than 8 months, I was able to finish 80 credits, concentrate my work in health systems and policy, but also gain a certificate in clinical trials. And all throughout that time, I was working on my practicum, my capstone, and different research projects that were related to my degree. So never have I ever imagined that I could do so much in such little time. And also, I came here to the US as a fresh medical graduate with a background mainly in direct patient care, but studying public health in Johns Hopkins. And with all the skills I gained throughout the degree, now I I know that I can have a lot of impact in healthcare and healthcare systems, way beyond just direct patient care. And my graduation was actually this morning, and I was full of pride of how far I came along and how far it changed and it grew. And also, I was filled with a lot of excitement for what lays ahead.
MashaAllah, Lina. 8 credits in 8 months is really amazing. I have another question for you. How has the experience helped you grow personally and professionally?
Yeah. For personally, moving to a new country with a new language, a new culture, and starting a new degree with a whole different um, learning system or like teaching system. It comes with a lot of challenges, but it's also a very rewarding experience. So I grew a lot of resilience, adaptability, and a lot of independence. But professionally, I'd like to sum it in one sentence. In our first day of Hopkins, they tell us Hopkins graduates are always at the top of the pile. And I could see that when I was like making connections and interviewing for jobs. I grew a very large set of skills, new research skills, critical thinking, writing skills, and a lot of skills from my clinical trials certificate and in like evaluating health systems and a lot of different skills that made me really confident in myself when I was applying for those jobs, and also very. I'm now certain that I have these skills, the experience that will equip me to make an impact in the healthcare field. And yeah, so that's personally and professionally.
Thank you, Lina. That's amazing, and wishing you more success in your life.
Thanks, Ahmed. And now I would like to introduce my colleague Judy. Um, Hi,
Hello.
Judy. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm good.
I'm doing well. Well, Judy, something I really love about you is your openness and your gratitude for your family and community. So, can you tell us how this scholarship, what did it mean for your family, and how it affected their hope for your future as well?
This scholarship meant far more to my family than just financial support. It was a sense of relief and validation during a time when uncertainty was part of our daily lives. Um, Coming from a background shaped by conflict and displacement, opportunities like this are not just rare, they are transformative. For my family, it meant that their sacrifices were not in vain, and that despite everything, there was still a path forward. It, it also gave them hope, not only for my future, but for what is still possible for all of us. Seeing me continue my education and grow in a stable environment reassured them that something good can come out of even the hardest circumstances. In many ways, this scholarship didn't just invest in me, it restored a sense of possibility for my entire family.
That's beautiful, Judy. So, community, as we know, being in the VIB fund is all about giving back and creating impact at a scale. So, what ways do you hope to give back to your community or support others who, through what you learned and what you achieved so far?
Well, I see this opportunity as a responsibility, not just achievement. What I've learned, both academically and personally, has shaped how I understand resilience, access, and the importance of support systems. I hope to give back by using my skills and education to serve communities that lack access to proper healthcare and resources, especially those affected by conflict and displacement. Beyond my professional goals, I want to be someone who supports others in the same way I was supported, whether through mentorship, guidance, or simply helping someone navigate opportunities they might not know exist. Even small acts of support can make a lasting difference, and I want to be part of that for others.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank you. Um, well, thank you, Lena, so much for this conversation. And now it's time for me to congratulate you and bring on our next scholar, Yusra Abukwek, who just completed her master's in business administration for Guildford University, from Guildford University, sorry. Hi, Yusra.
How are you doing? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Yusra, my first question for you is one I'm very curious about. So, you graduated alongside Ahmed, who we just heard from. The question is, who do you think got the highest GPA?
No, this is shock. This is not the question that I have to ask.
Well, I'm joking. On a more serious note, what is something you are able to dream about or pursue today that felt impossible before your studies abroad?
Actually, like I always like wanted to have like to start my own business, and like after that, like after like becoming an entrepreneur, like becoming an investor, and invest like in a charitable and business that like will make a real impact in this world and help as much as I can. So I thought at first like this can be achieved by like getting accounting a degree, actually, because like for both reasons. First, like I love numbers, and I always like been a small big book a young bookkeeper. Always like help my mom at her like clothes shop. So so like when I get like my degree in accounting, I joined ITSE to release my degree because I have like accumulated debt. I enjoyed it. Like I joined ITSE just like to get my degree, but like I found more than like that. I found like a community. I found a family. I found like a whole community, like a whole world that like I felt like my eyes like open for like a huge world. So I started like training with Rama Shaqiqi on projects at VIP.Fund and learn by doing. And then like I learned from her how she like organize projects, and like I learned from her like the business management, and like also during like work for education projects and the training with US based companies. And this is like was a very big things for me as a like a students in Gaza. I joined also like only like to get my degree. Then wow, I'm not only getting my degree, I'm also like gaining real work experience that like I will have it in my CV. And this is like rarely to find in Gaza. Like it's really in Gaza, it's really to find a real work experience in the companies in Gaza itself, because like they always like ask for experience before even doing a volunteer. So how about like getting this experience from US based companies? So alhamdulillah for that. And then like one of these internship was with the Transform VC, a venture capital company. So when I started that internship, and wow, like I love how I was like helping in evaluating the business. And I'm laughing because like at first I didn't have the experience, and I was like evaluating the business like at a very low score. And may they like forgive me for that. But like then I learned more with the team, and also with another like company, explain so how to be like a project manager. So I felt okay, so this is, I love it more. I love accounting, I love numbers, but I also I want to know more about business. So this is when I get, alhamdulillah, the scholarship for like to studying master in business administration at Guildford College. And it was like both sides, alhamdulillah. Like I was learning at my master, and also like using the experience that like I've gained. So I feel like the ultimate answer is that I feel more close to my like dream. Is not like the ultimate dream, is like the one step is to start my own business, then like continue later. Then alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. Yusra is awesome. She's hardworking and learns fast. MashaAllah. I have a question. The other question for you is what are your goals after graduation?
Actually, like I always like to set my goals at the end of the year. And since I've already like completed all my classes last December, like December 2025, so I was sitting with myself like at the library and like trying to set my goals for 2026. And at that time I said, Yusra, you have to be specified with your goals this year, because I always like love to but like at least 5 goals, and then like get distracted during the year. I want like I'm not working on this, I'm not working on this. Then like I was specified for my goals for 2026, and it was only three goals in 3 words, which they are like RHF. Whenever like I get distracted, I remind myself, Yusra, they are 3 words: RHF. The R is residency and religion, and the H is helping students. And which is like always, this is my like not only my goal, is something that I love to do. And family is like the F, which is family. I've already started working on the first one, which is residency and religion. Residency, I started like to alhamdulillah, I got extension for 1 year by finding a job at Guildford College. I was so happy for that, because like they are so kind. And alhamdulillah, like I'm using the experience I've gained from VIP.Fund and my master degree. And also I'm learning with from them. They are too patient while they are like working. They give every task it's like the time that it's worth. So alhamdulillah, so I got extension for 1 year. And for religion, I'm learning more about like religion, because learning about religion makes me feel peace, comfort, and optimism, acceptance, the things, the obstacles that it shows like during the journey. And yeah, and helping students and pay back for the community and people in Gaza and my family.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Yusra.
Study. Um, so now I will welcome Sindus to the stage.
Hi, Yusra. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be with everybody.
You're welcome. So Sindus, congratulations on Ivy League graduation, mashallah. So I have two questions for you today. The first one is, tell us how you hope to use your experience to support others or give back to your community.
Okay, thank you so much. So there are two parts of the question. How do I use my experience, and how do I support the community? The first part is, for the past 9 years, during my undergraduate at the American University of Beirut and my graduate degree at Harvard University, I have focused on prison literature of the Arab world. And that is literature that political prisoners have wrote under torture and during their circumstances. They have written memoirs, stories about the horrors that they have been through. And I've worked on that for around 9 years. And actually, my last piece was on how self-construction happens under torture after continuous dehumanization. How do prisoners reestablish themselves? How do they rebuild themselves? And while studying this and sitting with my own pain as Syrian and as a woman, if I may say, from the Arab world, and like as a refugee in Lebanon for 10 years and everything, it has really harmed me, studying that material and also my experiences. And I've been diagnosed then with bipolar 2. And then I was also diagnosed with complex PTSD. So sitting with all of that has really, so my experience is not me being a student. My experience is me being a student with those circumstances, with a condition that is in my blood, mood disorder that really stops between me and everything that I want to achieve in life. And I would make commitments, I would make promises, I would put plans, and then some chemicals in my brain are not working, and then I will not be able to show up to those people who have really supported me. So I've made it a mission to actually to help people, like to know how to navigate this, because no one gave me a guideline or like a manual to how to navigate all of this. I didn't come here knowing that I'm like, it's something in my blood that no matter how much I try, it's gonna keep coming back at me. So now you ask me how to give back to the community. So I'm doing two things that, alhamdulillah, I'm so proud of, and I'm so grateful that I have been supported by VIP.Fund to be able to do these things. Something about the United States that's magnificent is something called adult education centers. And Cambridge, Massachusetts has a center of its own, and I volunteer in that center, and I teach on prison literature from Morocco to Iran. And I have taught over 100 students on prison literature of the Arab world, on feminist thought of the Arab world and the Middle East, and on Arabic language and literature as well, and also on revolutions and their impact on societies. So that is one thing. And I think moving on, every city that I would go to around the world, I would always look for this recreational center, this type of centers, and volunteer at, because you have people who come from all walks of life, and they come and they give you, they come from their jobs from 9 to 5, and they want to listen to something. They want to learn about a place so far in the world that they only see in the news. So this is one thing. The other thing is, alhamdulillah, I've established a platform of 50,000 people. And we talk about mental health, and we talk about innovative approaches to mental health in Arabic. So how can you be a grad student or a student, and how can you achieve your dreams while suffering from conditions that unfortunately are overlooked or sometimes not diagnosed in the region.
Thank you so much, Sandis. I have another question for you. As someone who lived in the region, what message would you want young students from our region, Baladna, to hear about their future and what is possible for them?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yusra, for this question. My answer to this is, as you know, I studied Arabic language and literature at the American University of Beirut. And to be honest, like my family, they still prefer that if I had come to Harvard, they still prefer that I was a medical school student at Harvard. So there is this reluctancy, like there is this hesitation that we want physicians, we want engineers, we want lawyers. And I agree, because the humanities and the study of social sciences does not put bread on the table. But what I would like to say to the students that our world needs healing beyond hospitals, and it needs rebuilding beyond building, like putting on the walls and the roofs. We are really in pain because we cannot, like, we have forgotten how to talk to each other, and we have forgotten how to listen to each other. And I believe that the study of humanities and the study of social sciences really supports that. Doing political science, doing religion, doing philosophy, doing history, all of these are really important. However, it's really hard to make it in that field. The promises of jobs are not always there. Getting scholarships is not always there. Support of your family is not always there. But my message would be, if you're really passionate about this, sit and write about it. If you really think you have like a social dilemma, if you witness like a social phenomenon, if you have a funny encounter with a taxi driver, that is social sciences. So sit, reflect, write, and put it out there and share your thoughts with the world, and it will come to you. So if you're afraid, if you want to do literature or you want to do psychology and you're afraid, you're not sure it's the right call, I would say take the leap and make it the right call. You just need to be willing to give everything you have to make it the right call. You know, it's not going to be right. It's not going to promise you a job. It's not going to promise you bread on the table. And I understand that humanities are luxury in our region. But there is something you can do about it. And there are people who want to read. And there are people, they don't know how to put things in words. And maybe you can help put that in them. And maybe we can have less conflicts in the future. Thank you, Isra.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Sanders. And I think now for Khadijah.
Okay, thank you and congratulations to all the graduates. You made it and we are all so proud of you. Here's for many accomplishments in the future, inshallah. Okay, and now I have the great honor of introducing board member and founder of the Ammar Shami Fund. The first donation I ever received was from this fund, and it changed so much for me. It was $100, and it gave me so much joy and hope. Wallah, yani I was so happy when I see this $100. Khalila Shah will be sharing some words. Hi,
Hi,
Khal.
hi, Habibti. Hi, everybody. Khadija, you need to adjust that for inflation. I feel ashamed that I only gave you $100. So I need to double that now. So, hi, everyone. They say in the beginning there was the word. Much to Rama's chagrin, I have plenty of them. This said, today's event is about words, words that make up the wonderful stories of 5+1 of our students, the guest speaker being Bashar. They are brave souls who have endured and achieved. Words that fall short of expressing gratitude to our donor community, to our co-founders and our students who showed up despite more than their fair share of challenges. 5 students who took their first steps at EdSeed and managed to turn uncertainty into faith and hardship into triumph. My name is Khali Rasha. I am the board member at VIP.Fund, a fund manager of Ammar Shami Fund on EdSeed, and above all, a volunteer at VIP.Fund. The offside story that was not in the script is that I decided to put some mascara today and I'm about to cry and it's going to smear my face. So you're going to have to bear with me. I'm the proud seed funder of our 5 graduates and student guest speaker Bashar. I have seen them grow from the shy and hesitant individuals when they first joined and to become the bold and accomplished young men and women we are celebrating today. Since I joined the core of our volunteers driving VIP.Fund, the number of students who published campaigns grew from 15 to 188. We not only achieved gender parity, but grew exponentially in favor of women's education. We now need affirmative action to increase the number of male students, and our graduates today are a case in point. As the volunteer in charge of student onboarding, I marvel at the amount of growth that I have seen in our esteemed graduates. Those bright kids are stories of courage, resilience, vulnerability, and above all, remarkable determination to take risks and persevere. This has been the hallmark of human progress, and I see it year after another in Sundus, Judy, Lina, Ahmed, Yusra, and Bashar. I recently saw a quotation that impacted me deeply. It goes, a gentle reminder, whilst you're questioning yourself, someone else is using you as a proof it is possible. Nothing can describe their journey more than this statement, and nothing could have described VIP.Funds more accurately. My journey with VIP.Fund was born out of tragedy, the loss of my son Ammar. I still remember the day when Rama, who I have known as a toddler, presented her idea to the UN soon after the first wave of young Syrian boys and girls lost their homes to the hostilities in their homeland and became one of humanity's largest wave of refugees in neighboring countries. I sat in the galleries of a UN conference room, my heart pounding and murmuring my silent prayers as Rama took the floor to introduce her ideas, crowdfunding for higher education. Her premise was that the world has a lot to give. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. Rama's idea won one of 6 awards out of more than 1,000 organizations that presented an innovative solution to the problem of higher education of Arab youth and youth in general impacted by conflict. The first door was opened to Rama was MIT Solves Labs support that turned her idea into a workable solution. The wider door was opened to the students, some of whom we are celebrating today, and hopefully others who we shall, with your support, continue to celebrate. Little would I know that in less than 2 years, tragedy will knock at my door and I lose my son. Maybe it was the compassion and empathy in her voice that made me buy into the idea of honoring Ammar's legacy by establishing a fund in his name. I still felt that this would be a memorial celebration that will probably raise about $50,000 max. We would donate them to a student and call it a day. When Rama set up the goal at 50K, I thought she was dreaming. Ammar's fund raised almost $149,000, of which 122 were awarded to 91 of the 188 students on EdSeed's platform. The amazing part is that this 50% of this amount was donated by my 3 major donors. The other half from small donations, a crowdfunding effort as well, by my and Ammar's family and friends. VIP exists today to prove that in the age of AI, our most valuable commodity is human connection. As organizations grow because of the heavy reliance on AI, our main asset continues to be our values. Our commitment to humanity, even the average C students, is the glue that binds us together as founders, volunteers, and supporters who believe in our cause. Proud as I am of my UN career, I'm equally proud of my new identity, a VIP ambassador that does not need a title to dedicate a lot of energy to the cause. In the beginning, I said there was the word. With a grin, I say it was the word that reached my network and God's ears, bringing two funds to EdSeed, the Faris Eid and the Jenny Leary Fund. It was my full faith in the integrity, selflessness, and dedication of the co founders that made of me and many friends and family members staunch supporters of the cause. Our involvement in VIP.Fund is an enactment of our faith in the goodness of humans, expecting no personal reward and asking our students to eventually pay forward the gift once received to others in need. The cascading effect is a way of recycling goodness, promoting solidarity across boundaries and empathy towards those we identify with. This is a real angel investment. I learned that from Rama. Rama, you see, I hope you're hearing. I'm taking some of your words. This is an angel investment fund that carries no risks and guarantees a hefty payoff in improving someone else's lot. This is the essence of our celebration today. Lighting a candle in this chaotic world makes every minute worth it. Yes, I know that technological innovations are going to change everything in our lives. One thing they cannot change, though, is we still need each other's compassion when the going gets rough. One thing I know also is that we can't do it alone. Thank you, Rama, for being a shining light in this pitch darkness. We all dream of a better world. Scale matters, care matters more. Again, I remind myself, whilst I question whether we at VIP Fund are doing enough, you, Judy, Lena, Ahmed, Sundus, Yusra, Bashar, and the other 80 students are proof that we did. We shall continue to count on your support with which we can reach heights we never imagined possible. Sorry for speaking at length. They told me I have the 10 minutes and I used them. So I really want to thank you from all of my heart for being there for us today.
Thank you so much, Khala, for your sweet word. Your support, Amjad, means a lot to us, and it always motivates us to keep going. Thank you. Okay, so now let's move to the first person I meet at the VIP Fund, Bashar. Hi, Bashar.
Hi,
By the
Khadija.
By the way, Bashar taught me everything I know about the organization today. He was so generous with his time and teachings, and he's pillars of our community. Bashar, over you to share a close remark for the ceremony.
Yes,
Mike is with you.
yes. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for your words, Khadija, and thank you, everyone, for participating. VIB Fund is, I call it, Fatihat al-Khair. All of your words reminds me of a quotation I heard previously, which was written in one of the old churches in Egypt. إذا أردت أن ترى نور الشمس عليك أن تمسح عينيك. If you want to see the sun, you must first wipe the dust from your eyes. We need to look past our struggles to see our strengths. And as Shakespeare said, past is the prologue. If we know our past, we need to know who we are. We will know who we are. Look at yourself now, you will feel the meaning of my words. We live in a world that measures success by numbers. Sometimes people focus more on reach than on real social impact. Although we could say that we did not reach tens of thousands of people at VIP Fund, yet we still made a real impact of hundreds of students and individuals, especially in our community. This organization was built completely through volunteering. At VIP Fund, I saw the true meaning of community beyond university life through continuous communications, meetings, daily conversations, and even the emotional support we give each other. Communication is the key to building relationships. When communication is based on helping the community, organization succeed, and connections become real relationships, not just transactions. The beauty of this organization lies in its stories. Each of us has our own beautiful story, and we can choose to look at our stories as a source of strength instead of sitting silently in sadness. They often say your story is what you have, what you will always have. It is something to own. Many of us were able to travel, study, or find opportunities through the network of relationships we built through our volunteering engagement with VIP.Fund. That is why it is very important to keep these bridges of communications between us open and continue helping each other. A graduation should not be seen as the end. Instead, every ending should be seen as the beginning of another path towards success or helping others. In this way, the impact on the community can continue to grow for generations to come. Thank you, Khala Rasha, and thank you, Nuwara, Rama, Jumana, Muhammad, and many others who have left such beautiful memories in my life. Congratulations to our graduates today. Once again, wherever I go, wherever I achieve, whatever I achieve, I will always come back to this organization to feel that sense of community. One last thing that shows the community, I saw Nuwara's name here, and I remember when I come to the US, Nuwara told me a sentence: if you want to cry, I am here to cry. We can cry together. If you want to talk, I'm here to talk together. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you, Bashar, for such a words. I'm sure everyone listening felt moved by your words. Okay, so to wrap this celebration up, I want to share a final thought with you. We are just a few of the million of youth across our region with talent, ambition, and potential. They simply need access to opportunity. And through the VIP funds, we can continue creating stories like the one we heard tonight. Stories about how $50 here and there amount to life-changing opportunity. We invite you to be part of the impact. Your support can help another student continue their education, support their family, and build a better future. Thank you for celebrating this moment with us, and congratulations again to all our graduates. Sorry. We are incredibly proud of you and cannot wait to see the impact you will create, the height you will reach, and the light you will bring to the world. Bye bye.